So we all remember the hype surrounding Xbox's July event. It was an exciting time as we all waited to see what the studios at Xbox were up to going into the new generation of consoles. But the one certain thing that we all expected for that show was for Halo Infinite to be the heavy hitter of the showcase. And it certainly didn't fail in terms of getting people talking. It just happened to get people talking for a lot of the wrong reasons. And I've already made a video discussing my thoughts on the July reveal. If you'd like to hear that, then I'll leave a link in the description. But overall, my takeaway is that I absolutely loved how fluid the gameplay looked. It looked distinctly Halo, but definitely more evolved. We got to see a wide range of weapons that would be available to us, and they all looked to serve a decent purpose for different combat situations. We even got to see the rumored grapple hook in action. But with all of the positive stuff that we saw, we also saw that the game's visuals were in a very poor state. The lighting seemed off, textures seemed flat, enemies' faces looked lifeless and stiff. I mean, it was very clear that the game needed some more time in the oven. And thankfully, that's exactly what 343 and Microsoft decided to do, because fast forward to a few weeks later and it was announced that Halo Infinite would be delayed until 2021. And now, just over 6 months after the showcase, we are seeing the benefits of that delay in action with the latest Inside Infinite blog post. So, let's talk about it. They start the blog post talking about their artistic goals for the campaign, saying that it comes down to two key themes, legacy and simplicity. They want people to feel like they're experiencing an evolution of the original Halo CE, and they want the art style to be far less noisy. They even say that that was a key takeaway for the team coming off of Halo 5. And that's great to hear because while Halo 5 had some very beautiful settings and wonderfully designed campaign missions, it really does seem kind of extra when you compare it to the simplistic art style of something like Halo CE or even Halo 3. Things seem more bright, there's more details in the textures, more lines, more patterns, more shapes. Like, take a look at these screenshots of one of the greatest Halo maps of all time, Halo 2 Lockout. And then take a look at one of my favorite Halo 4 maps, Haven. When you go from that original Forerunner design of Lockout to the Halo 4 design on Haven, it's kind of shocking, isn't it? Almost feels like there's too much going on in the picture. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's absolutely stunning looking, and that's why it's my favorite Halo 4 map. But its looks draw a lot of attention away from the gameplay itself, in my opinion. And there are certainly ways to give your game more detail without actually making the screen itself seem busier than it needs to be. For example, look at this screenshot that was just shared in this Inside Infinite blog post. It looks perfect, an obvious nod to the original Halo CE art style, but it still has much needed detail. You can tell that that structure was made by the Forerunners and that it's been there for ages. Look how worn it looks. It truly looks ancient, and I think that adds a sense of mystery that just wasn't always present in Halo 4 and 5. Like, for me personally, when I see that structure, it makes me want to go and explore and find out what's inside. And in the blog post, they go on to talk about their inspirations for bringing Zeta Halo and all it has to offer to life. And the one thing that really got me excited was that they mentioned the Silent Cartographer mission from Halo CE as one of their inspirations. And it makes sense as that really was such an open mission. You had nearly an entire island to explore, and Halo Infinite seems to be that, but on a much grander scale with the hardware to bring that vision to life. And they also talk about what they mean when they say that Halo Infinite is a spiritual reboot. And world design lead John Mulkey explained it best in my opinion, saying that it's about delivering on the promise of the original Halo in ways that the limitations of the time simply wouldn't allow for. And I think the thing from this blog post that has me most hyped is that they talked about the introduction of a time of day cycle. And I'm expecting this to play a huge role in the game's visuals, especially when you take into account the ray tracing on these new consoles and PC. All in all, this game is already looking astronomically better than it was just 6 months ago at the July demo. And seeing as it's expected to release in fall of 2021, I'd assume that it's only going to get better from here on out. So to the folks at 343, I'm proud of all of the work that you're doing to bring this game to life, and like I said before, this is the most excited I've been for a Halo game since Halo 3, and it feels great to have that excitement back for my favorite franchise. But what do you guys think? Leave some comments below and let me know how you feel about what you're seeing from 343 lately. Leave a like if you like the video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content, because it really does help me out a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.